This is the new Sherpa magnetic system from Freewell. Freewell is a company, you may know them, they're all about magnetic filters for photography. What this magnetic system enables you to do is quickly change out your filters for your photography and for your videography. Currently, the Sherpa system is available on the 13 Pro, the 13 Pro Max, the 14 Pro and the 14 Pro Max. So they've sent me all this stuff to have a look at and review, and let's go through it all. Firstly, the case. It's a pretty stylish looking case. It only comes in blue though. That's the one I've been sent at least. On the back, it's pretty hard plastic. It's got rubberized around the outside there, and I've dropped this thing a few times with my phone in there. It's held up just fine. On the bottom there is the logo for Freewell. On the inside, you'll see here, it's got MagSafe. So it's MagSafe compatible. It's going to work with your MagSafe chargers, and it does. It's going to work with your MagSafe tripods, and it does. Up the top here, it's got a lens mounting system, which is, when you look at this, you go, this is a phone case for photography, and it looks good. It's unusual. The way that the lenses mount here are like a bayonet style. I'll give you a moment to think about that for a second. Where the lenses mount is also where the filters mount magnetically to the case. They've sent me two filters. One is a glow mist filter. We'll talk about that in a second. The other one is a variable ND filter. We'll talk about that in more detail in just a sec. The way that these mount, there's a little diagram, a little icon on one side of the mounting system, and there's also an icon on the filter itself. And all you need to do is clip it on, hold it up to it, and it mounts just like that. Just need to line up those two icons and it's done. The hold strength of these magnets is really strong. Freewell is a company that's all about magnetic filters for all different cameras, action cameras, regular DSLR cameras, and now phone cameras as well. Holds it really well. These guys have been doing it for a long time and they do it really well. With the Pro phones, you've got the three lenses, the three cameras. Well, this filter covers all of them, so you don't need to go changing it out between the different cameras as you want to use them. It works for all of them. I will say on the ultra wide lens on the 14 Pro Max, it does pick up the edge of the lens, but in saying that, I haven't found a filter system yet that you can put onto the ultra wide lens and it doesn't pick up something. The ND filter, the variable ND filter, is a 5-stop variable ND filter. It just clips on and it's like wearing sunglasses for your phone camera. And you're going to use that in a couple of scenarios. If you're a videographer, you know about the frame rates and you want to get that motion blur, it can do that just fine with this filter. And it's adjustable, so it's all happening right there on the phone. The second thing is for what most people on this channel are going to do is the long exposure photography, and you can use apps like Even Longer, Reflex, Re-Expose, all those ones, and you can bring out during the middle of the day some nice long shutter speeds because you've got that filter. And at night time, when you're trying to get those nice light trails that are going through the city and you can't quite get that shutter speed to go to the full second, then you end up with dots in your lines of your photos of your tail lights. Throw one of these suckers on, it's going to make it a little bit darker and eliminate that Morse code look. The other one they sent was the glow mist filter. I didn't really think it was going to do all that much, but in certain scenarios, this thing is just mind-blowing what it does. With phone videography, you tend to get an over-analyzed, over-processed video from most phones, and the iPhones are no different to that. You put this filter on and all of a sudden it takes away that HDR look that the phones can have. It's really quite effective. It doesn't do anything sometimes, but when you really want it to, it does a really good job. Next up is the Bluetooth Versatile Grip, Selfie Grip. I look like a selfie person, I'm really not. But this thing, when you mount it to your phone, it actually feels like a DSLR mirrorless type of camera, the way that it feels in the hand, the way this grip is molded. It's got, it's almost like a hard rubberized plastic there. On top here is a Bluetooth shutter, which is very, very, very handy, and it mounts like a regular phone mount to the phone itself. The selfie part of it, you fold this sucker down, bring it out, and there's a selfie camera for those of you who want to take selfies. But the Bluetooth side of things, for those of you who are watching this channel, you think about the possibilities of this. You don't need to put a shutter or a delay on your phone. You've got a Bluetooth. You can take this sucker off, just have this in your hand, and that's going to fire your Astro shots. The distance of this, I've had it a couple of meters, so it works perfectly fine for doing that sort of work. Imagine being out there at night, setting your phone on a tripod. I want to do a nice long time lapse or whatever you're going to do of the night sky, because it's such a long duration of these photos. Don't need to touch it. It's taking a photo for you right there. And the final thing they sent me, and this should be exciting for all of you iPhone videographers out there. This is probably the least expensive good quality anamorphic lens on the market. It comes with ND8, ND16, ND32 and ND64 and a UV filter. And I challenge anyone out there to find a system like this for as little money as this is. This is a bloody good deal, guys. If you're after an anamorphic lens, this could be where you're looking at, because it brings you all those filters in that one set. So for you guys out there on this channel who are watching this channel just for the long exposure photography that we generally do here, this ND system with a magnetic mount, ducks nuts. Really, really good system. For the videographers out there, or those of you who do videography as well, the other gear is pretty bloody good too. That grip, get rid of the selfie bit, but that Bluetooth and the feel of that shutter, that's really going to be quite good for like street photography, running and gunning sort of photography. But the Bluetooth trigger, really good option. Catch you later.